Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Yes, indeed. So first and foremost, I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakodash. Yahweh being the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world in calls Jesus the Christ. I want to give double honors where honors due to the apostles and the elders in Great Millstone who've been bringing forth 100% the Most High's doctrine. Salaki. Bringing forth 100% the Most High's doctrine to the best of their ability, teaching His word and believing in His word, and for the men underneath them that's teaching His word and believing in His word, and for the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth, four corners of America, teaching His word and believing in His word, and enduring. Lord willing, the Most High continue to have it on your spirit to endure. Lord willing, one day, we're going to all be singing the same song. And for the wives and the single sisters that's playing a role as loving and silent wives, Lord willing, the Most High could continue to have you believing in His word. And for the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith, Lord willing, the Most High have mercy upon you and bring you into the ministry. I freaking forgot my dang physical Bible, but it's okay. I got my other sword, which is on my phone, right? What we gonna go into whatever the Spirit brings. Of course, I got the sign right here. The title says, "The elites know, do you?" Right? And there's a lot of things, Lord willing, we can go through the Spirit that a lot of our brothers and sisters don't know or go over, right? Because our elders and our fathers and our mothers is not teaching us as children, right? So when we just top off, while me sharing this video, I had to go on Facebook, to do the back channel stuff. And it's crazy that this brother got these pictures of Esau. It's called Livestock Licking Contest. She really tongue kissing that animal. That sheep wasn't having it. Damn. Only the elites, man. Only the nation of Idumea would do something, right? Do something like that. That's crazy. Let's see if I can get this preset. This is Psalms. Oh man, it just took me away from where I was going. Wow, they dirty for that one. This is Psalms 58:3. It says, "The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies." Right? And just like what the title say, it says the elites know, do you? Do you even know who your enemies is? Do you know who your nation is? Do you know who your power is? Do you know what you're supposed to do? Right? America is based on deception, lies, death, right? And be whatever you want to be. And Sodom and Gomorrah, man. This homosexual agenda, right? It's definitely Jake out here right now because it's a beautiful day. Jake don't want to hear the word, right? I got family members or family members getting arrested for doing things of this world, right? And guess what? You're going to get a judgment just because of our ignorance, man, right? And if we have step in serving the Lord, The Lord would take somebody out your life. He'll take somebody out your family. But guess what? In the later end, the Lord is going to destroy, he's going to destroy our oppressors, just the same way he did to Egypt, right? So when you go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 11th chapter, I read it in KJV, but you know, for edification's sake, go straight to the point. We're going to go right into the G&T, right? Hit you right where it hurt, right? This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11, verse 6. It says, because those enemies decreed that the babies of your people should be killed, you stirred up the sources of their ever-flowing river and made it flow with blood, which you will have to go to the book of Exodus when it comes to right before the plagues, when Moses had made the water red and bloody. The Lord is going to make great miracles in this place. Let alone the biggest miracles is the prophecies. The prophecies getting fulfilled, right? Eventually we're going to see race wars, right? You're going to see racism back again at a high rate, right? It's going to get very uncomfortable. So technically, if you don't want to serve the Lord, you better do all the little dumb shit you want to do now before you ain't going to have a home to live in, right? Deception is going to increase, right? Because there's going to be seducing and deceiving spirits out here. Now, let me get that. This is Job. This is Job 12 and 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceivers are his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. Right? So the wisdom, the strength and the wisdom is of the Lord, and the deceived and the deceivers are Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So deception is of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, King? How you doing, King, man? You know what I'm saying? Us as a Black, Latino, and Native nation, you know, the best thing about us is to know that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is only for us and nobody else, right? Just like if I had my other book, but I don't got it with me, it's called How White Folks Got Rich. And every time the blacks, the Latinos and natives, but the black race, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, every time we invented something, the damn white race always took it from us and called it their own. Like the number 2 pencil, the AC, the engine of a car, the model of a plane, right? And I could keep on going. It's a whole list of every invention we made that they took from us, right? So the deceived and the deceivers are of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And that's why it says that it will wax, deceivers will wax worse and worse. Let me see. Second Timothy chapter 3, verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Right? The Lord is showing his power through the deceivers. The Lord is showing his powers through these lies. He's showing his power through prophecies, right? Through these parables, through these dark sayings, right? Like a lesson I had did a while back. Only somebody that's spiritual and sincere for the Lord is going to understand the easy and hard things. This ministry don't stop at the easy things, which would be the law and the sincere milk, right? Which a lot of our brothers and sisters might not even have a care for, right? No offense to none of y'all, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of our brothers and sisters really don't care about the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? It's because the Lord gave us a strong delusion. Let me actually get that. Let me go to my other Bible. Isaiah the last chapter, 66, verse 4, it says, I will also choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer, and when I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before my eyes and chose that in which I delighted not. And a lot of us chose what the Lord do not delight in, right? And this is why a prophet is not accepted in his own city, right? You could be out here for 6, 7 hours like me and my brothers used to be, and you might just get one. Or you might be out there and you might get none that's even listening, right? You get that video and you put it up. Hey, people still might not listen. But I could tell you who is watching, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And he got his messengers, his angels, that he's watching through. They observing and they seeing what you're doing. That's why everything get recorded, from the wicked side of Israel to the righteous side to the wicked side of all these nations. The Lord is watching all things, right? And this is why every black, Latino, and native should be walking with faith, moving in faith. But now because seasons change and it's getting warmer, Jake want to act a damn fool. You got Jake even saying this ministry is about fun. No, the fuck it's not. Excuse my language, right? It's time for us to actually be more serious and sincere for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? This place do not love you and care for you the way Yahweh Shem Yahushai care for you, right? This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. It says, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the later times some shall depart from the faith and some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, right? You got brothers over here trying to teach that it's okay to go smoke weed, right? You got other brothers trying to teach that giants came down here raping women. 15 feet giants raping 6 foot, 5'4" women. They would be destroyed. You got some people teaching that the New Testament is not real. You got some teaching that you could just walk there and say, we are the Israelite, but you don't have to read the Bible. The Bible is not, it's man-made, it's tampered with. How the hell you gonna know that you're an Israelite without reading, right? Deception is gonna be at an all-time high in this dumbass place called Great Babylon and anywhere else in this world. Because all the foundation of this world is ran by the nation of Idumea, right? Right, so let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon, verse 10. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11, verse 10. It says, you tested your people as parents test their children to warn them, but you judge their enemies like a strained king and condemn them. The first sentence should hit you. You tested your people as parents test their children, right? So if the Lord testing you, how much more is you testing your children? I'm going to admit it. I am a difficult parent. I'm not too difficult. I'm not like Esau, but I'm a difficult that I want us to have a desire for the Lord. Now, if that sounds difficult, hey, it do. I just say that, but how I lead is really easy. You just got to listen and have a desire for the Lord as my wife and as my children. You're not about to be under my roof and not believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Because if we got to, we could find another way for you to live. Shoot. If we got to, have you go to your grandmother's, your auntie, where we can make something happen. But my children is mine. And I can understand how the Lord feel about his elect. We are his, right? And he's always testing us. He's testing our faith. You might lose your job. You might be low on money, right? And I could understand those things even when I was up, even when I was low, even when me being in this truth, right? That's why you got to cheer when you brought to a low estate, right? My desire is to shine for the Lord. Yes, I might have some jewels. I want to look good. But at the end of the day, I could look good. Even if I have $600,000, I'm still a broke man because I didn't create this money. I look at wealth way different now. When you got your faith, when you got your face on your money, When you telling people what to actually do, when you got banks, I'm putting my money in banks. But it's okay. Most of the things I'm saying might go over your head, right? Verse 11, it says, they suffered whether they were near your people or far from them, right? And this is a fact. Even if the nations was near us or far from us, they suffered. It says their sorrow was doubled. Their sorrow was doubled. They groaned as they looked back on what had happened. When they learned that their punishment had been a benefit to your people, they realized that it was your work, Yahweh Shema Shai. So guess what? When you go to, let me actually go to that. And I'm not gonna do the whole breakdown. We're just gonna go through it like a 1, 2, and 3. Now, when you go to Daniel the 7th chapter, when you deal with the 4 beasts, all of those was benefiting towards us because we're waiting for that end to come, which is right now of the rulership of Edom. This is Daniel chapter 7, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, the 4 great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion and had eagle wings, and beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And behold, another beast, a second like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. After this I beheld, lo, another like a leopard. So first you seen a lion, and that was overcame. Then a bear, then that fell and it overcame. And now like a leopard, which had the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. So now it's another rulership. After this I saw in the night vision, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible and strong and exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and had 10 horns. Right? So you got Babylon, you got the Persian Medes, you got the Greeks, and then you got the Roman. When one kingdom fell, another one raised. That's why when you go to Daniel the 2nd chapter, verse 21, it tells you the Lord set up kings and remove kings. Just like the title of this live, it says the elites know, do you know? Do you know the Lord set up kings and remove kings? Then you got the 10 horns, and the 10 horns go into NATO. It goes into EU, European Union, right? It goes into the European Union, which alongs go with the little horn. It was a little horn back then, which was which was very terrible, which was Antiochus, in the great Greek captivity that was ruling Seleucus, the land of Seleucus, during the Greek Empire. Then you got the Romans, but the other little horn that you go into in this chapter and into the 8th, I believe, the 8th chapter, is America. America is that great whore that will speak blasphemy against Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And it's going to reflect off of the old Rome, because it's a revival of Rome. And what did Rome do? It even spoke blasphemy towards Yahweh Shem Yahushai, changing the images of the judges thereof. That happened in the old Rome, right? So to read this again, Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 13, when they learned that their punishment had been of benefits to your people, to usher in the end times, they realized that it was your work, Yahweh Shemashai. The Egyptians had refused to have anything to do with that man who long before as a baby had been thrown out and exposed. But as things worked out, they came to be amazed at him. The righteous never suffered a thirst like theirs. The Lord was always with us. Always with us. Yes, we had some tears in the midst of us, but the Lord was always with us. And he said, these nations knew, eventually they knew who you was. They're going to be amazed by the strangers of our salvation. They're going to know, the nations is going to know who Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is. Hold on, let me see if this is it. This is Psalms 9 and 20. It says, put them in fear, O Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Right? The nations is going to even know, man, they just men. Let alone they're going to go back to knowing that they're servants. Right? Right. This is Ezekiel 37 and 28. The heathen shall know that I, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, do sanctify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore. The heathens are going to know that the Most High sanctuary, the Most High dwelling place, the Most High's people is Israel and Judah as a whole, which is the nation of Israel. Right? All these nations in the world is going to know who Judah, Benjamin, and Levi is, all the way from Ephraim to Naphtali. Right? And this is why we want to usher in the day of the Lord by speaking on prophecies, speaking on destruction, speaking on death, speaking on calamity, speaking on famine, famine of the word, speaking on war, because the Lord is a man of war. You got to think every place that fell was because of war. This place is going to fall because of war. I know y'all heard me. This place is going to fall because of war. And there's nothing none of us can do. None of us can do about it. None of us. And it's just like when you go outside, look outside and tell me, do you see airplane trails? That's them pouring out chemtrails. Go look at a regular plane that you fly on. You're not going to see chemtrails coming out of them. Some airplanes go higher than the planes that you fly on to go to another city. And they drop chemtrails, right? This whole place is defiled. From the air that you breathe, from the water you drink, from the soap and the deodorant. We're in the hands of our oppressors. And they lie straight coming out the womb. Right? This is why we have to separate from the nations. This is Matthew 25 and 32. It says, and you can go to Luke, the 12th chapter, I believe, 51. I'm going to go to it. This is Matthew 25 and 32. It says, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth the sheep from the goat. All these nations is going to be separated from Israel. Even the 2/3, you wicked ass nigglets, you're going to be separated from the elect, right? You're going to be killed off. You're not going to get beamed up on this side, man. Right? Let's go to that Luke that I was talking about. I believe it's verse 51. Luke chapter 12, verse 51. It says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on the earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. The Lord is going to bring division from kingdom to kingdom, from inheritance to inheritance, to wheat and tear, right? This is Matthew, the 13th chapter. Hold on, y'all. Got to make sure this frankincense is burning the way I want it to. Like I say, every time I come out here, some spirits, man. Yo.
I do not want to interrupt you, what you have going on, but I was highly curious because I see that your soul is something else in this world.
Woo! Yeah, what's up?
I just want to know where your heart at.
In Yahweh Shem Al Shai. My heart as in my mind. I mean, go right here, because my camera right here and all that.
Okay.
My heart as in my mind is in Yahweh Shem Al Shai.
Okay.
I'm a Hebrew Israelite. What?
So are we.
For real? Y'all believe in the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Jesus Christ, that the world calls?
We believe in everything.
What you mean everything?
We believe that everything is everything.
I'm not religious either.
We're not religious, man. We're not knocking the story of our brother or of ourselves. We allow everybody to be entitled to their own opinion. See, the thing about us, though, my name is Nasir Ananias Shabazz, meaning helper and supporter.
Uh-huh.
One of the heroes of the story, mighty and glorious.
Uh-huh.
I'm one of the chosen.
One of the chosen.
Just as you are. It's just in different perspectives, different lenses.
Right. But I hear what you're saying about everybody got their opinion. Scripture-wise, in our culture, the Lord don't agree with that. There's only one way, one preference that we supposed to live. So if I ask you a question, you would have to give me that answer if you would know. Is everybody and all nations going to get the kingdom?
True believers.
Only one nation will get that, because you just said you are the people. Only people on this chart is going to get that kingdom, because the God that I'm speaking of is for the Israelites. Me and you live in a story. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of whatever we speaking, like I bring out a precept. Now, if me and you got different thought process, hey, that's fine. I'm not here.
You are me. I am your reflection. We are a Nazarene saint.
Huh?
Nazarene saint.
A Nazarite?
Nazarite.
A Nazarite.
Yes.
The one that don't drink wine.
Yes.
You don't touch dead bodies.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be an Israelite. Okay.
Us.
Okay.
Can you give us knowledge of that?
Could I give you knowledge of a Nazarite, or just to let you know what an Israelite's supposed to do? Yo, as a Nazarite, you got to cut your hair at a point in time. Y'all supposed to cut your hair. Let alone you can't drink wine and you can't touch dead bodies. Outside of that is what the scriptures say. Romans 16:17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division, offense contrary to doctrine, which ye have learned, and avoid them. So if me and you have a difference, I ask you a question, you say all people could get saved. So that would be strike one, right? Because Nazarites wouldn't believe that.
Tell me
I'm not telling you.
about us. Listen, I am you and you are me.
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you.
like that.
I'm telling you what the Lord said.
No, that's not what he said.
No, yes he do.
God speaks to us, for us.
Okay.
Just as he speaks to you, he speaks to me. So
Okay.
You're not listening. Our train is coming. Our train is coming.
Look, I'm going to just say this to you, King. This is Matthew 15:24. It says, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And if you say you're a Nazarite, then you are an Israelite. So the Lord, Yahushai, who the world calls Jesus, he only died for Israelites. The tribe he came from this tribe right here. So how can he come from everybody?
I just know that Creator is sufficient.
Well, I can't hear you because of that.
Creator is sufficient unto his own creation. There's no more saviors or lords in this time period. That's all I can say. I gotta go. We're gonna talk. We're gonna see each other, bro. Trust.
All right.
Trust.
All right. That was interesting, you know. The other brother got mad because he want everybody to be saved. Everybody can't be saved. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can be saved, especially in Israel. Everybody in Israel can't be saved on this side. All the other nations is going to be into subjection. You got to make that make sense. And scriptures say, actually, let's just go to it. That's why I like the spirit brings people near you, and then next thing you know, they become a video, right? So 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21, it says, prove all things and hold fast to which is good. If whatever he is saying is good and true, he's supposed to prove all things and let God be true and every man a liar. None of us should be speaking about Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the divine power, if we're not speaking, thus saith the Lord. A lot of people make the Lord a fairy tale and think that the Lord is going to make you speak shabba dabba doo doo. But a lot of our forefathers, the spirit came on them to speak these things, right? And then it had to get wrote down for us to read. And I got to bring out the same precepts we always bring out. I love this. I love making people a video. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1 and 2, it says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the word of prophecy, which I believe every man in every congregation and out of every congregation should be speaking the word of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh Shemashai, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So this is why I deal with book, chapter, verse, because they are faithful and true. They are faithful and true, right? And I'm not here to make anybody feel good. You know, the word makes you feel good. That's what the word is about. The word is about making you feel good. Who am I? You know, I'm not here to please anybody, but I'm here to usher in the hopeful elect, whoever they may be. Right? So let me read that second part. It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. These words are faithful and they're true. But if you're a faithful servant, you're going to yield to what thus saith the Lord says and not your own opinion, right? Before, I used to care how people felt, but now I don't, you know? And then just like how I be telling brothers, if some people don't listen to you, if they standing right in front of you like y'all and them that just walk past and they don't listen, I'm not about to just turn off my video and just close shop. My other YouTube channel that me and my brothers use, we got blocked. We can't even go live on it. And that kind of made me mad because that's where that's where I usually put my camp videos. And on this page, people don't really watch me on this one. So yeah, back in my time when, you know, when Yarmayan used to be like, man, it's not about the views, just keep teaching, and the Lord was sending to watch. Back then, I'd be tight that nobody watching. But now it's more of an ease to me because the ministry is not made for everybody, right? A lot of people want fairy tales, right? They want that good feel good. I'm just tight. I left my Bible at the house. This is John chapter 10, verse 25. It says, Yahushua answered them, I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. So everything I'm teaching, if you don't believe in me, you really don't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I am just a vessel and just a servant. It says, but ye believe not because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. So anybody that don't want to listen or care for what's actually going on in this word, you are not the sheep of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It's nothing that I can do. You know what I'm saying? We all have our life. We all dabble in certain things that the Lord might not desire or have a chair for. You know what I'm saying? You got freaking faggots, just brothers. We got freaking homosexual brothers in our freaking nation. That shit, there's so many beautiful women in this. I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm over here teaching, King. Huh? I said I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm over here teaching. Yo, just send me your email, bro, because I'm about to send you the track so you can do it. All right. So yeah, like I said, real sheep will hear your voice. These brothers looking at me, talking. It's just, yo, the spirit don't allow brothers to really take this word serious, man, or women, man. And that's how I understand. I'm gonna read it again. It says, but ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. And I don't come in here thinking that everybody is a sheep of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I'm not about to keep doing that no more. I got to work on myself and know it's not about freaking views, even though the views help bring more people. The views, the likes, and the shares bring more people to watch a video. And for people outside, for people to listen, it was a whole bunch of people out here smoking weed and they left. You got people whispering, talking. I can hear them, you know, but everybody is afraid of the word because they know that you can go to book, chapter, verse, and people don't want to hear. Come on, bro. Come on. You going to the Bible again, bro? Come on. Just tell me your opinion. I don't deal with opinions no more. I damn sure don't deal with emotion and feelings no more either, right? And that's what that brother did. He had some feelings, and his other man said, "Nah, just listen." Even though they got two different understandings, real sheep is going to listen, right? But the ones that's not sheep, they not gonna care, and you got to take that to heart. The point is verse 27. It says, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." You're gonna follow him with faith and action, right? And you're gonna listen. You're gonna devour his wisdom. Devour his wisdom. Let me say, you're gonna devour his wisdom. Better yet, let's go to the verse. Let's go to it. 2nd Ezra chapter 8, and I start at verse 1. It says, "And he answered me, saying, The Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few. I will tell thee a similitude, Ezra, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold thereof. Earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved. So answered I and said, Swallow then down, O my soul, understanding, and devour wisdom." Right? Swallow then down, O my soul, understanding. You got to swallow the understanding. But first, you got to go chase the knowledge. Then swallow the understanding. And by the time you swallow this knowledge and get the understanding, you're going to be increased with more wisdom of ancient things, right? And you'll grow in wisdom to understand the things right now in this present time, right? We have to make action. You have to make action, and you have to have a desire for this, right? You got to be sincere. And a lot of us don't have a desire, and a lot of us is not sincere for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So how can the Lord protect us from the Egyptians in this time, right? The modern Egyptians is the nation of Idumea by the stature and the attribute of this nation, right? They are the ones that is putting you through rigor, let alone they're putting you through deception. What was I about to bring out? Oh yeah, let me get that. Sincere. Gotta be sincere for the Lord. Right? And all of us gotta do this. This is 1 Peter 2:2. "As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby." So black, Latinos, and native men and women, you have to desire the sincere milk before you try to go get some meat. Excuse my language, but we talking about the meat in the scriptures. You have to go get the milk, go into the Torah, go to the knowledge, the basics of the scriptures to give you that courage, to give you that motivation to keep going. Because in the sincere milk, you come to find out who you are. You come to find out how the Lord made it to nations. When other rulers came about, especially in the Roman captivity and going into the Europeans, they changed a lot of things around So now a lot of nations are not the same names anymore. But the Lord had did those things, right? It even tell you in 2nd Ezra that the Lord stripped you from your name. Philippians 1:10, that ye may approve things that are excellent, that ye may be sincere without offense to the day of Hamashiach. Shoot, I damn sure they don't try to offend a brother. I just try to ask him a question, and this is how I would see if whatever he is speaking on or thinking on is incorrect. And I asked him, can all people be saved, and get in the kingdom, like be in the kingdom and rulership? This man said yes. That's totally wrong, and I know if we was to keep on going, he would have been wrong even more, right? A lot of us like to seem wise and have all this knowledge, but you don't, right? That brother might have a zeal for God, but he don't, right? Romans 10:2, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. And to have a zeal for God, you want to have it according to knowledge even more. You want to be able to give every man and every woman an answer, regardless if they hear or forbear it, right? Nobody is greater than the word. I don't care what nation, what race, what people you are, right? This thing is a continual flowing machine. A continual flowing machine. And it's cool that people might walk past and say little nothing, but they ain't gonna say nothing to me so that we can go in the scriptures for it. You gotta look like a fool. You gotta come in this thing looking like a fool for the Lord. Let alone the Lord made preaching foolish, right? So that his elect can actually come into the fold and be saved. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 10. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. Right? The ones that are foolish for the Lord, they are despised. Let alone when you teaching, people fulfill what I'm gonna bring. I think I ain't gonna lie. I might be bringing this out every time I'm teaching. Acts chapter 3, verse 23. And it shall come to pass that every soul which will not hear that prophet shall be destroyed from among the people. Right? And I'm speaking the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and these are true and faithful. So if you don't want to hear it and believe it and take it in, I'm not gonna lie. It's either life or death on this side. So if you don't want to take heed to it, you're gonna die, man, off on your own stupidity. I ain't gonna lie. If you're not choosing to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai, it's death to you, right? You don't see me getting a gun saying, let's go kill this nigga or kill this Edomite. I can't do that. Let the Lord give us the go, and that's a different story, right? But the whole point is trying to bring people back to the Lord, trying to be sincere, be in order, and be in decency, right? And every time when somebody asks you a question, give them an answer with thus saith the Lord, regardless if they hear or forbear. Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter, right? Matthew, the 22nd chapter, verse 8 all the way to 10. Go out to them highways and bid however many people as you can, good or bad. It don't matter. Teach this word in season and out of season, right? Some brother, oh, no, I don't want to teach today, right? Oh, I don't want to do this today. Oh, we ain't got to teach every week. We ain't got to go out to the Sabbath every week. Brothers that got that mindset, you don't have to teach every Sabbath, the Lord gonna make it that you don't make videos. Brothers say, oh, I'm out in the street teaching. You just don't see it. No, you not, man. Right? And if you ashamed to actually put a video up, you really think the Lord calling you a teacher? You ain't no damn teacher, man. I ain't gonna lie, you a has-been. A lot of you niggas is has-beens, right? And if your calling was to teach, if you was already doing it, don't stop, right? Keep your foot on the gas. Let's go back to where we was at. Wisdom of Solomon 11:15 G&T. Their wickedness misled them into silly ideas, so that they worship snakes, other disgusting animals, creatures without any power of reason. Because of this, you punish them with millions of such animals, right? And this is how America is. They try to fake and say God we trust on their money, but it's really the God of Ra. They promote Superman, and Superman is really, that derives from Egypt mythology. He goes to the sun, he get his power. We don't go to no damn sun to get our power. Guess what? We got skin that blocks us from the sun ray. The sun loves us. It hates all these other leaper nations, right? But the sun loves us. But Superman is symbolic to Egypt mythology. Black Adam, Egypt mythology, right? Even Shazam, that's witchcraft. But yes, in power-wise, we will reflect on that and talk about the Bible, right? Because the real power comes from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Anything else is from the left-hand side of the Lord, which you might use as witchcraft, sorcery, which they do with medicine. And it says on this joint, the elite know, do you, right? It says, and taught them in punishment for sin takes the same form as the sin itself. Your mighty power, Yahweh Shem Shai, created the world out of the material that had no form at all. You could easily have punished those people by sending an invasion of bears or savage lions. You could have created new and terrible animals that could breathe fire or roar or send out clouds of smoke or shoot out fearful sparks from their eyes. You could have made animals like these that would not have attacked those people to kill them, but could scare them to death just by looking at them. But this was not necessary. You could have pursued them with your justice or struck them dead at the slightest hint of your power. But you have chosen to measure and count and weigh everything you do. And that's what the Lord did. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. And we'll start at verse 1. Let me put some more frankincense up here real quick with the quickness. Right? The Lord can really, actually, he can really kill all of us right now if he wanted to. But that just shows you the mercy of the Lord. He keeping his promise. If he destroy all of us, he will have to, if he wanted to, he can redo this all over again and bring Israel back into the world if he wanted to. But that's not his plan. His plan is to give us the kingdom and to rule forever and ever. Right? And we gotta, I ain't gonna lie, we gotta get into that picture and accept it. So like y'all. Second Ezra chapter 9. I'm gonna keep saying Salaki is some spirits out here, man. People smoking weed. There's a whole bunch, so I gotta burn this out here, man. I'm by myself, but not technically through the spirit. My brothers is out here with me. You know what I'm saying? My household, my little man TJ. And if any one of y'all got precepts, you don't be afraid. You can always drop them. I'll be reading them. Ephesians chapter, not Ephesians, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time, wherein, let me go back to verse 1. And he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Measuring out the time, that means we got to watch what's going around us, let alone if it lines up with this prophecy or this prophecy. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, it says part of the signs, right? Because sometimes we see only partial. You'll see the moon get red. You'll see the sun have some type of glare, right? You'll hear about earthquakes in diverse places, right? Volcanoes, fires, right? Which I have told thee before in rumors of war. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Which you go to Isaiah, the 29th chapter, verse 6, right? Let me see if I can get to that. Man. uh, Isaiah 29 and 6. It says, thou shalt be visit of Yahweh Shema Shai of armies with thunder and with earthquakes and with great noise, which is those missiles, and with storms and tempests and the flame of devouring fire, right? The Lord is visiting this place and he's visiting the whole world, regardless if you're watching or not, right? Verse 3, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. France had an uproar. Another place had an uproar because of banks stealing people money. I seen a lady when I was going to drop some tassels off for a sister. Lord willing, if that sister is on, Shalom, Sister Rose. This she looked like she could be an Edomite, but I'm not gonna call her that because I didn't talk to her. I don't know what she was, but she was carrying a sign and it says, Key Bank stole $30,000 of people money. She said, I guess when she had opened up her mouth, they stole $30,000 from her and never gave it back. And it's a continual thing that a lot of people is losing money from Key Bank. I don't have Key Bank, so I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I didn't go search it. I'm going off of her sign and I'm going off of what she said out her mouth, right? And it's a lot of going on and it's about to be a big recession. We're in June 1st and they said June they're gonna usher in the cancel of the dollar fully. We still using dollars. Verse 4, it says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. The Lord been speaking about this because he is wisdom through a Mashiach Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is the wisdom and the power of Yahweh, which that is in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 24. Verse 5, it says, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, right? Everything that has a beginning has an end. Let's go to, I believe it is, let me see. This is Ecclesiastes 7 to 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in the spirit is better than the proud in spirit. So you should be patient in this thing. Brothers, oh man, Yahweh Shai didn't come yet. Let me go smoke a blunt. Just like the brother just said in this dumb video that when you stress and you trying to get out this world, go smoke weed. That means you don't have fucking patience. Excuse my language, right? Actually, I'm gonna go to that damn video, man, because every brother should be meditating on the end of this place. Oh wow. Okay. Um, where is it at? Right here.
This place get too wicked just to escape it.
Salaki.
They always say, I smoke weed to help endure sometimes. This place get too wicked just to escape and meditate. You know, hey, well, brother, hey, that's, brothers drink, hey, do what you gotta do to ease it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you doing what the Lord say do, hey, that's what, like I say, like the scriptures say in the book of Sirach.
I don't care what nobody says. Unbeliever is gonna rely on smoking weed just to take away his stress or his pain. A true follower of Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be meditating on the end of a thing, which is the end of this dumbass rulership, right? Which is the end of Esau, right? Second Ezra 9:5. It says, "For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest," right? So everything has a beginning, everything has an end. Egypt had a beginning, it ended. We were in the land, and then eventually that ended. Babylon came, that began, then it ended. We went into the Persians, it began, then it ended. We went into the Greek captivity, it began, then it ended. Then we went into the Roman captivity, it began and it ended. Then we came to the revival of Rome, which is America, daughter of Babylon. It began and it's slowly ending. So everybody should get their run on, they walk on, they work on, get your money flow, bet, gamble, play your sports, do what you want to do. But when you come serve the Lord, come take this shit seriously and don't look at it for play, fun, right? You got some women say, well, what the hell with that? I still believe and serve the Lord, but I'm gonna wear what I wanna wear. I don't gotta wear a dress all the time. I'm sorry, you are not a daughter of Zion with that kind of mentality. You gotta be shamefaced, embarrassed to show too much. You thick ass women need to cover your ass up, because us men either glance or we look, and you probably got a man, right? But no woman should be out here ass all out on a freaking Thursday 9 p.m. evening or a 9 a.m. in the morning. Cover that shit up. What did Antonio Brown say? Put that shit on. Yeah, put something on. That's what you need to do, right? Brothers, if you love your wife, you should be in this ministry because you could tell them to cover up like a diamond. How you going to have your wife wearing diamonds and pearls? When you go look for diamonds, you got to go dig for them. Gold, dig for them. Pearl, dig for them. But you niggas want your woman to be, that's why your woman is not a diamond. When I was in the world, I used to call women diamonds. No, man, all you old women, I used to, man, y'all ain't no diamonds. The women that's in my damn house and my children, those are the diamonds. I've been looking for them. As soon as I got them, I'm like, oh, wait. You know what I'm saying? Those are the diamonds I needed in my life because they cover the hell up. They do it outside and inside. Those are the diamonds I needed, man. The ones you got to dig for, and when you see it, you got to really work hard to get those. I had to work hard to get the woman that's in my life, man. It didn't come easy, but the first thing was, come serve Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. I had to pray for it, but I had to believe in it. How the hell I'm going to pray for something I don't believe in it, and while I'm praying for it, I ain't trying to do nothing about it, right? This is verse 7, 2 Ezra 9:7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed. See? So that means this ministry is about works and faith. You believing, right? It's not about just one thing. It's about you having faith, works, and believing, right? When you ask for a sort of sub, you want all of it. You don't want partial. Get your ass up and do the work. If you don't feel like you got that teaching vibe, go watch videos, share videos, like videos, get notes, go share notes, right? If you don't want to be a teacher, come somewhere where brothers is teaching and watch them teach the word. And when they done, take your butt home if it gotta be. Do some type of work. Sew fringes, make a garment. You know what I'm saying? Make dresses for women. Do something that thus saith the Lord. Make tassels. You see, I got tassels for y'all too. Tassels, you know. You gotta do something in the ministry for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Be dedicated, be motivated. Strive for the truth until death, which is Sirach chapter 4, verse 28. And don't let nobody knock you off your pebble. You know, like when you play dodgeball and somebody throw the ball at you, and then sometimes you get hit. Seen this one dude, he was dodging these balls, and 3 different people threw it, And he got hit 3 times, one in the face, one in the stomach, and one in the McNuggets, right? You got to strive in this truth until death. Oh yeah, Shalom, Shalom, my brother Yawasop, man. Shalom, Shalom, man. Yahabashim Shai Brakathum, right? That's a brother that's all the way in the Caribbeans. This is how you know this word goes wherever it goes. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you share the video and they hit the link, man's going is of the Lord. And it's about what you do. I was watching videos. I said, I want to go out, but I don't know. I started watching videos and they started to give me a drive to want to go out. And that's what we all need. You need that push and that drive to want to go out. You know what I'm saying? Right? So let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11, verse 21, the G&T. We going into the Most High is powerful and he is merciful. He is compassionate, right? It says, you can show your great power anytime you wish, and no one can stand up against it. In your sight, the whole world is a grain of sand, barely heavy enough to tip a pair of scales, a drop of dew on the ground in the morning. You are powerful enough to do anything, but you are merciful to everyone. You overlook our sins and give us time to repent. This is talking about Israel, right? Hey, I'm not gonna lie, through the Spirit, the Lord put a spirit on these other nations to yield and be like, hey, I'm a servant, da-da-da-da. Hey, the Lord might grant you to be that servant in the kingdom, right? You might be an in-house nigga, right? Say it again. It says, you overlook our sins and give us time to repent. All these brothers that right now, every day you wake up and you still not serving the Lord gave you time to repent. And a lot of us, we're not sheep, so we overlook it. That's why when I say in my music or when I'm teaching, or if I put a scripture on social media, don't let it go over your head. Because a lot of times we let the ministry go over our head like a football, and we just don't receive it. And we want to wait the last minute. But I do believe the 1/3, a lot of them are going to come in this truth just by faith, right? They're going to get beamed up just by faith, and they didn't do no works. Their works was them believing. Them works was them counting on the Lord, or the Lord put them around somebody that was a teacher, right? It says, you love everything that exists. You do not despise anything that you have made. The Lord, he didn't say he despised these nations. He said he hates these nations, which hate just mean love less. And he even said that the nation of Edom don't even deserve to be a nation, but he created to be a nation so that they can be an ass whooping to Israel. So the Lord loves his evil vessels. That's why he got spirits on the left-hand side that bring in air in your spirit, that bring in laziness, depression. He loves them. So he loves every creation, and let alone all these other creations supposed to be servants under the nation of Yasharallah, right? And you're going to do good on the other side, which is the kingdom, serving under the hand of Yahushai and under the 12 apostles who's going to judge Israel, and under the 144 elect that's going to be the government of Yahweh Shem Shai. And servants to the 1/3. That's crazy. My wife always say, it's always some type of fire or fire alarm or freaking ambulance or cops. That's crazy. Look, and these brothers walked past me again. The brothers that came up here earlier saying that they believe in all divine power, they just went on the train, went somewhere else, and this shit is crazy, right? It says, you love everything that exists. You do not despise anything that you have made. If you had not liked it, you would have not made it in the first place, right? And the Lord made all nations in the likeness that he wanted to play the role that he wanted to play, right? It says, how could anything last if you did not want it to, right? In each captivity, everything lasts in the amount of time the Lord wanted it to. Egypt lasts in the time of us being in captivity for 430 years. Shalom. Oh, that's my big brother. Shalom. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Shai Brakathum. Right? It says, how could anything last if you did not want it to? How could it endure if you had not created it? You have allowed it all to exist, O Lord, because it is yours. You love everything living, right? The Lord loves every creation and power in its own perspective way. When he says all these other nations mean nothing, yes, they mean nothing compared to Israel, but they all play a role, because why would the Lord create them to be servants for us if he didn't love them? Because they were created to play their freaking role, right? And Lord willing, we are part of that number on this side, right? Lord willing, we can be purified and cleansed. Let me go to this precept. Daniel, the 12th chapter, 12th chapter, verse 10. It says, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. This is why a lot of people don't get it. People will argue you from the littlest and greatest thing, but they don't get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. The Lord closed you from knowing this. There's nothing that I can do about it. You got to really evaluate yourself when you're not understanding and you constantly going back and forth with a brother that's constantly approving it with book, chapter, verse. You know what I'm saying? And I got to use that for my own self, because when I came in this ministry, I got to analyze myself. Do I have a contentious spirit? Am I going back and forth with brothers? Am I not just going to shut up and try to hear what a brother trying to say so I can understand it? Right? It's times I ask brothers the same question, an easy question, and we come up with the same understanding or question. I mean, the brothers come up with the understanding, they bring out the precepts, and I get it. But I'm going to still have a moment where I'll be like, well, I could still see it this way too, though, you know? But it's up for them to still have patience on me and still be like, no, nah, you a little wrong on that part, I don't know how you see it that way. It's really this way, right? The ministry is always an edifying thing, right? Can't nobody stop this ministry. Nobody. I can't. Y'all over there, y'all can't. I try to talk about people that's near me, not talk about them, but say them while they near me, just to get their attention and see if they come over, you know, or yeah, just to hear the word, or ask about what I'm doing, or the YouTube name, and they can go about their way, right? And I just use it as a video aspect because I don't know who the Lord elect is. The sheep is going to hear the voice and know that I'm bringing out the word, and they going to come up. I ain't trying to talk too loud because of the mic right here, but I'm talking loud enough because they can hear me over there. Even the OG that came, he whispered, yo, keep doing what you're doing. So he was hearing me over there. So this is not a big city. This is not a big street, like a big wide street. So they can hear me. You know, this is mostly right down the street is where a lot of people party and club. So a lot of people walk over here. So that's why I'm able to see some people. I could believe that's a chariot above me, but I don't know. You know, I don't know. You know? Where are we? Okay, we brought that out. Nobody got any precepts? Hold on. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 23. Hold on. It says, and so you tormented those who were foolish enough to live wickedly. You torment them in the horrible things they worship. Let's read that again. It says, wherefore, KJV, wherefore, whereas men have lived desolutely and unrighteously, thou hast tormented them with their own abomination. Right? Look, just when I said it, somebody just got on Clubhouse and said DC Young Fly wife passed away due to mommy makeover. Guess what? You cannot do any malfunctions to your body. You can't. Let alone Lord willing, this brings the brother back to the Lord even more, to cry to the Lord, right? Because the Lord is the one that killeth and maketh alive. I'm praying, Lord willing, that brother go even harder for the Lord, man, and try to call the Lord by his true name, right? I ain't trying to, hurt him with words. I'm just trying to speak straight facts, you know? I lost people in my life, family and friends, death, health situations, but it was all the Lord. And if I really want to see them again in the next life, strive for the truth. If they get into the heaven, but if they ain't get into heaven, you know what I'm saying? But that goes into what we was just reading earlier in Wisdom of Solomon, 11th chapter. 11th chapter, it's at 15 and 16. It says, but for the foolish devices of their wickedness, wherewith being deceived, wait, hold on. Ooh, okay. Oh, shoot, I deleted it. But for the foolish devices of their wickedness, wherewith being deceived, they worship serpents void of reason and veiled beasts. Thou didst send a multitude of unreasonable beasts upon them for vengeance, that thou might know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished. You're going to be punished on your same movement that you're moving. You wanna follow idolatry? Idolatry is going to be your doom. Lust is going to be your doom. My wife was watching a documentary last night. I don't really watch those, but she was watching a documentary of this young man that raped a white girl, I believe. And it was like 4 other men that just, the cops was segregating and say, yo, y'all got to say y'all did it. And eventually they said it. One went to jail, I think, for 8 years. Another one went to jail for 15 years, so on and so on. Come to find out they never did it. And he said, man, they can't be suffering. And the dude, one of the dude that was getting beat up and getting it the worst, he was in jail with the dude that actually did it. And he came and confessed that he did it. And he's going to get his own punishment for committing that, right? And a lot of us is going to get our own judgment, man, right? Back to Wisdom of Solomon 12, verse 24. For they went astray very far in the ways. For they went astray very far in the ways of error, and held them for gods, which even among the beasts of their enemies were despised, being deceived as children of no understanding. And a lot of us is going to die without understanding. When you go to Job, the 36th chapter, verse 11. Right? 25. Therefore, unto them, as to children without the use of reason, thou didst send a judgment to mock them. Right? And this is going into the Egyptian. What is their judgment? The 10 plagues, the death of the firstborn. Right? And you got to know this place is going to get some beautiful punishments. Right? Hold on. Matthew 24:33. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Right? Yahweh Shai is the door. But if you know that it is near, you should be going even harder for the Lord. Increase your faith. Increase your works. You might be sowing more. Women, you should be more occupied as a woman than your man. Your man, you're going to be more occupied than your woman. What I mean that a woman should be more occupied than her man is because you are the weaker vessel. Says, I believe, 2 Peter 3 and 7 or 1 Peter 3 and 7. You got to give honor to the woman because she is the weaker vessel. The serpent is going to always attack you. The spirit, which is Satan, the spirit being of the nation of Idumea, because you got to know the physical vessel of Satan, which is the devil, the deceiver, the liar, and the manipulator, is the nation of Idumea. The righteous seed on this earth in the physical aspect is Yasharallah, the black Latinos and natives. But who is the hierarchy of that? That would be Hamashiach Yahushai, but technically altogether Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? And a woman shall always be occupied. So do something of the Lord so that your spirit can be like, you know what? Somebody gonna wear these. Like I'm wearing my wife, either one did these tassels right here. And she should feel like, you know what? People buying this. You know what? Let me do more. It keep your mind busy because you shouldn't be slacking. You shouldn't be into folly. Our women shouldn't be given too much wine. Technically, if you have a problem with wine or anything, you shouldn't even be doing it because that's your downfall. So now if you know it's your downfall, go hard away from it and look how you grow without doing none of these things you did in the world, right? And you want to be occupied. Sometimes, hey, you might be reading. Then you might just be watching videos all day and just take certain precepts and be like, yo, babe, look at this precept. That precept might give him an idea of a lesson, right? And I'm not trying to use that's the motivation I get every day, that I can go on my phone and I see this right-hand lady of mine sending scriptures that motivate her. And I might be like, oh, I'm going to do a lesson off of that. And it might motivate her more. Guess what? I got my other wife, she's in a different movement where she might drop a video. Be like, oh, you watching a video that's motivating? And it makes me drive. The Lord know my attention span will slow down if I'm not occupied. And the Lord gave that. I got a brother, Asher, that's constantly doing the work as a young man, right? Yaramayan and Sam, right? And you always want to see yourself abounding in an ongoing ministry. Now, I'm not near water, so I can't even show you. But if y'all know the Niagara Falls, your spirit should be flowing. You should always be trying to be spiritual. You should always try to be sincere. You should always have a desire. Just like how water keep moving, you should always be moving in this ministry closer to the Lord. It shouldn't be one day you getting away from the Lord. Every day you should be getting closer to the Lord. There's so many precepts coming right now. Daniel 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Right? Knowledge is increasing now. Knowledge is increasing now. Watch when more of these prophecies unveil, people are going to be running to and fro looking for the men of the Lord. And knowledge is going to increase in people's lives, let alone when you talk about the understanding in these scriptures, history, evidence that you can go search up. Knowledge is going to increase, but technically on a plain deep level, knowledge is going to increase in the vessels of the Lord, the daughters of Zion and the men of the Lord. Knowledge is going to increase. You're going to start to know the dark and deep sayings, just like the 144,000. They're coming in right now and they're growing. You might have apostles and elders that been in this thing for 30 plus years, 20 plus years, 10 plus years. Then you getting other brothers in here that's getting into this thing 5, 10 plus years, and they singing the same song as a unit, right? And that's about the whole ministry, is that the ministry is increasing in you. It's increasing in the Black, Latinos, and Natives community, right? It's increasing in the middle of the street. That's why I like New York. I like ATL, because knowledge is forever more increasing. You keep seeing brothers on the highways and byways. Damn, that nigga cigarette stank. Man, oh my goodness, that man's cigarette stank. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3 and 4, it says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust. And that one brother that came up here, he was a scoffer. We got Vocab Malone. You got freaking golden showers, which is you call itself golden swords. You got your own family. They're scoffers. Go around your family. You tell them you do Hebrew. You're a Hebrew Israelite, and you say Shalom. They come around you. They say Assalamu alaikum. Or they ask you, oh yeah, yo nephew, ain't you Muslim? Dude, we already had this convo. I'm not hearing, oh brothers forget. No, you don't. No, you don't. Then you laugh at it. No, man. It's going to rise scoffers in these last days. It says, saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. They're basically sleeping on the Lord. And that goes into Romans, the 13th chapter, verse 11, that wake up out of sleep. For now, our salvation is nearer than we believe. Salvation is near. You can taste it. You know what I say? Ooh, wee, deliciousness. When you get in the scriptures, it's straight deliciousness, right? But if you're not reading, approving yourself in this thing, you're not going to be tasting the deliciousness of the ministry of the Lord, right? And I can't make nobody listen. I can't make nobody serve the Lord. And I'm not here trying to. Only thing I'm trying to do is usher in the hopeful elect, bring in the sheep by teaching the word, and Lord willing, they hear this message and they cleave to it. If they don't, well, what they say, adios, amigos, right? Because Yahweh Shai coming back like Terminator. I'll be back. Yahweh Shai is the Terminator by the power of Yahweh, right? And let me get that too. 1 Corinthians 1 and 24. But unto them which are called both Jews and Greeks, which is the northern kingdom plus the southern kingdom, that cleave to the Grecians, the Greeks' philosophies, their language, their customs. Hamashiach, the power of the Most High and the wisdom of the Most High, right? And it's better to have the wisdom of the Most High, and it's better to walk in the power of the Most High than to walk in the wisdom of this world. Because this world don't love you like the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And that's a fact. You know how they always say that's a hundred piece. Nobody has that power and that wisdom that Yahweh Shai, that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is trying to give to his hopeful elect. And you have to have a desire for it. If you don't have a desire for it, you will not exceed. I am not better than you just because I'm teaching constantly throughout the week, or if I'm going out to the highways and byways. I am nothing. Technically, I say I'm a piece of shit. I'm a dirty rag. I don't even think that I'm a prophet. I just think I'm a student. I believe I'm a student, and I'm just a teacher of his word. I am not the best student. I am not the best servant of the Lord. I am just trying to do what I got to do. I am rehearsing the righteous acts. You know what I'm saying? And I'm putting my foot to the plow and I ain't letting go, right? But Lord willing, the Lord do not let it go. Lord willing, the Lord don't have me turning around and turn my face from him. But I only see straight. And the craziest thing, the people in my life motivate me. Let alone, I got the oldest at the house, London, you know, to have a child that you could depend on to make sure my other youngest is good, regardless if she not reading or if she is reading. For me to be able to say, hey, you in charge, that's motivation to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was around my sisters and we did a lot of foolish things as some young children. And I get to have children of all different ages and I get to raise them up in the likeness that they should go. And that's my motivation to keep striving in this truth, right? Because if I love these kids so much, I should be taking them to the kingdom, not taking them to a damn football, baseball, bowling game only. That shouldn't be the only place I want to take them. I should want to take them on that fathership. If that is it, I should be having a desire to take my kids to heights we can't take them in this place. Look, it's this plane right here dropping chemtrails. Shit is crazy, right? I got a young son, right, who's in my possessions, not my other one, but even if he get in trouble, he is my motivation, right? Because I didn't have a father figure in my face as a young child and telling me the right things, the righteous things I should do. And I still don't have that father figure that's in the truth in the truth that can uplift me and hold me in the right way, in integrity of Yahweh Shem Al Shai. I don't have big brothers or younger brothers in this ministry, but I can tell you the brothers that I do have that I look as flesh, blood brothers, especially my brother Yarmayan, Sam, Asher, David, right? Even the brothers that might have departed, I still look at them as family, man. Gadget, Dan Yala, right? Matt and Key and them, right? And brothers that still was there, and the apostles, Alwan Gabar, freaking Sabak. I don't care what nobody, man. That's my guy. Things got to be touched up, but you know, he still, um, I still consider him a family, right? Ariala, from HOI, right? Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rimlob from GMS, and I could keep on going. That's motivation, because if they can do it, I can do it. If I could do it, you damn sure can do it. Yahweh Shai, he did it. I know damn sure I can do it. He overcame the world, and he want us to overcome the world. What it says, the elites know, do you? I know the elites know if we overcome this, man, let's go to it. Judith, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up and we shall devour them. We have committed so much wickedness, we are devoured right now. And we're trying, the men of the Lord are trying to build up those pieces. 21 is the point. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, these nations know, if there would be no iniquity, the higher ups, the elites know, if there be no iniquity in their nation, because in each kingdom, it was an elite. The elite was like Pharaoh, Ramsey, the freaking scholars, the physicians, the sorcerers that was up high working for Pharaoh. Even Joseph was high up. They know what's going on, right? You got the Babylonians, the Persians, Medes, the Greeks, the Romans, the African booty scratchers, the Arabs, America, Britain, all the elites that's high up, they know this. Let's say it again. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them and their power be before them, and we become a reproach before all the world, which you should be crying to the Lord, which I try to pray for every night. Please, Yahweh Shema Shai, do not let our enemies triumph over us. Please don't let our sin triumph over us. Please don't let our flesh triumph over us. Let your will be done and not ours. Please don't let that cup be moved from us, because you put it in front of us. Let us devour it like we devour this wisdom. Not just only me, not just only my household, but all the way from Asher to David to Asher, to the apostles, to the youngest soldier in their congregation, all the way up to the eldest apostle by the Spirit, and from all these other congregations who the elect can be. Lord willing, you can endure, and the same can happen for you, that your flesh and your sin do not triumph over you, and our enemies don't triumph over us, and that your depression, your anxiety, your loneliness, right? Your weariness, you want to give up spirit, Lord willing, it don't overcome you and it take you out of this ministry, right? And I pray this every day until we get the hell up out of here, right? I just had to say that. I'm not praying. I'm just, just speaking on what I pray for, and what we all want the best for our brothers and our sisters, man. I know a lot of our brothers and sisters have a heavy laden, right? This is Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 to 29. It says, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Yes, you got that physical labor that real labor that you work in your 9 to 5, that full time, that too. But the laboring for the Lord, right? Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, that have a heavy burden on your shoulders, and I will give you rest. That's why I believe calling on the Lord acknowledging him in all thy ways from good and bad, he will relieve it. It's just like when you stretch, when you get a massage, when you use the bathroom. You know, when you got to pee real bad, you're like, ah, you know, it's a relief, right? It says, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek, and we know only the meek shall inherit the kingdom, and lowly in heart, humble in the mind, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. This is why we need to run to Yahweh Shem Shai with an open arm, and not an open mind to other things, but an open mind to hear the whole conclusion of the whole matter from beginning to end, right? Because this place is almost ushering to destruction. Just like when you go to church and the usher has the ushering plate, this is how this place is going to be destroyed, by ushering in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, right? Forgive me, y'all. Just gotta put a little more frankincense on here. You hear me? You heard? You hear? Put a little more frankincense in here. Yeah, yeah. You know? I ain't gonna lie, man. If I could talk to the old me, woo, I would have a few things to say. I'll tell you that right now. If I had a few things to say to myself back in the day, man. You know? You see that? Now, if I was selling some damn weed, you know, Jake would talk to me. But since I ain't selling nothing, and I'm out here giving out that book, chapter, and verse, you know what I'm saying? Had to blow that horn one good time, give out that warning. Yep. So Lord willing, this was an edifying live, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me get Sirach chapter 2, and I'm gonna read a few of these scriptures. It says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh Shem Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation. Right? When you come in this truth and you out this truth, your eyes should be open to know you will be tested. You will be tempted. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. You have to always endure all matters, from the easiest to the hardest. Cleave unto him, cleave to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And that's the whole point of me being out here, to teach Yasharelam that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to increase you at thy last end, right? Regardless of how anybody, if they will hear or forbear what you're saying, keep striving for Yahweh Shem Yahushai until death. That should be your main focus and your main goal. Till next time, Lord willing, this was edifying. All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Yahweh being the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world and he calls Jesus the Christ. Till next time, it's your brother Dargabar. Shalom, shalom.